FAQ video series. What happens to my benefits when I leave employment? General information. Your employee benefits are active through the last day of the month in which your employment ends. This video will discuss which insurance and retirement benefits you can continue beyond this point, how you can continue them, and for how long. You will find links to all offices and providers discussed at the end of the video. Insurance benefits. Medical, dental, and vision coverage. COBRA is a federal law that allows for the continuation of insurance benefits to individuals who lose employer-sponsored coverage for any reason, voluntary or involuntary, except gross misconduct. You and your covered dependents may continue any medical, dental, or vision coverages held at the time benefits end for up to 18 months through UT COBRA. Each person can continue on UT COBRA for any plans in which they were enrolled, even if the primary subscriber does not elect that coverage. You have 60 days from the date of your COBRA election notice or end of coverage, whichever is later, to send in your COBRA application. You then have 45 days from the date the UT COBRA office receives your application to make your initial payment, which must include premiums for all coverage periods since your active employee coverage ended. Once processed, your benefits will show no break in coverage. You can find additional information about this option in the UT COBRA video that can be found at utbenefits.link/COBRA video. If you have questions, contact the UT COBRA office. For specific eligibility questions related to your employment, contact your HR benefits office. UT Flex. Under federal law, individuals who have a dependent care reimbursement account cannot extend coverage beyond the month they leave employment. Therefore, you may only incur expenses through the end of that month. For health care reimbursement accounts, under certain circumstances, the primary subscriber can elect to continue their coverage on UT Flex COBRA through the end of the plan year in which they leave employment. You may do so only when the remaining balance in your account is above a certain threshold based on your contributions to date, the amount already claimed, and your total election amount. You have 60 days from the date of your COBRA election notice or end of coverage, whichever is later, to send in your COBRA application to Maestro Health, and 45 days after they receive your application to make payment. For employees who do not enroll in UT Flex COBRA, you can incur expenses through the last day of the month in which you leave your position. For all UT Flex members, regardless of whether you enroll in Flex COBRA coverage, you may submit claims for reimbursement through November 30th of the following plan year. For example, let's say your coverage ends on May 31st, but you had qualified healthcare or dependent care expenses from April that you had not yet submitted. You can still submit the claims through the November 30th filing deadline for reimbursement. Two special circumstances extend these timeframes. First, for employees whose coverage ends on August 31st, the last day of the plan year, you can incur healthcare reimbursement expenses through that year's annual grace period, November 15th of the upcoming plan year. Second, due to the coronavirus national emergency, all individuals who had a healthcare or dependent care reimbursement account during the 2020-2021 plan year may incur new eligible expenses and submit claims through August 31st, 2022. For questions about UT Flex, contact Maestro Health. Life, AD&D, and disability. Life. Basic and voluntary life insurance coverages can be converted or ported depending on how long you have had the coverage. You may be eligible to convert your coverage to an individual whole life policy if you had the coverage for at least 5 years. You may be eligible for portability of life insurance, which allows one to continue under the same plan if you have had at least 1 year of coverage. The portability option is not available to those over 65 years old or when you retire. You must apply for conversion or portability within 31 days of your coverage end date. AD&D. An extension of your AD&D plan, accidental death and dismemberment, is not available beyond your coverage end date. Disability. Short-term disability is not eligible for continuation after employment ends. The Reliant Standard Insurance Company offers a transitional long-term disability conversion plan for up to 1 year. The benefits and amounts of insurance may differ from the UT System group policy. You must apply for conversion of UT System group long-term disability coverage within 31 days of your coverage end date. For details, rates, and forms for life or long-term disability coverage, contact Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas Ancillary. Retirement benefits. Mandatory retirement programs. All benefits-eligible employees at UT System contribute to one of 3 mandatory retirement savings programs. The majority of benefits-eligible UT System employees participate in TRS, the Teacher Retirement System of Texas. TRS created a video titled, "Should I Get a Refund?" that discusses your options regarding your accrued balance after you leave employment. Please visit utbenefits.link/TRS videos to access this and other TRS financial awareness resources. In addition to TRS participants, UT Medical Branch Galveston employs ERS participants from the Employee Retirement System of Texas. UTMB employees can contact their benefits office for information about their ERS retirement account. Participants in ORP, the Optional Retirement Program, vest after 1 year and 1 day. After leaving employment, vested ORP participants are entitled to their full account balance, including their personal contributions and their institutional match. The vesting status is retained in the event a participant returns to ORP-eligible employment. Participants can choose to leave their ORP accounts with their retirement providers in the UT plan, or they can roll the balance into other qualified accounts without any tax penalty. If participants choose to refund their ORP accounts directly, they may be subject to taxes and penalties. Voluntary retirement programs. Participants in the UT Saver plans are 100% vested from day 1. If they leave UT employment, participants can choose to leave their accounts with their retirement providers in the UT plan, or they can roll the balance into other qualified accounts without any tax penalty. If participants choose to refund their UT Saver accounts directly, they may be subject to taxes and penalties depending on the plan. Participants should work with their retirement provider directly if they have any questions about their ORP or UT Saver accounts. Resources. Handbook of Operating Procedures. Your employer's Handbook of Operating Procedures determines what happens to your accrued leave when employment ends. You should contact your HR benefits office for information. Links. To find contact information for insurance providers, visit utbenefits.link/contacts. For retirement providers, visit utbenefits.link/retirement providers. Find contact information for your HR benefits office at utbenefits.link/HR contacts. The UT Cobra website is utbenefits.link/UT Cobra. Finally, access detailed information on the UT Benefits website at utsystem.edu/benefits.